I bet. So this is the Keep It a Buck podcast today. I got my nigga AJ with me. And basically on this podcast, we just talk about everything socioeconomics. But more than that, just real nigga shit. So, for me, just so y'all know who AJ is, this is my mans. We actually met in BC, for me, it's my money. Even though we only been knowing each other 4 years, I feel like for me, longer than that.
Facts.
As from where he's from Nigeria. But for me, he moved to New York. And he's Harlem, for me. Douglas. If y'all know where Douglas is and how Douglas get, that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Also, just for like who he is as a person and shit, for me. He loves soccer, he loves everything sports, and he even got his own podcast, but we're going to get into that, for me, a little bit later. And for me, where he work and his degree, he has an economics degree just like me. For me, we was actually in class all the time with each other. And he works in financial services firm, for me, a big one. But we're not going to say the name.
Yeah.
I bet. So the first question is, how do you feel growing up in Nigeria that moving to New York impacted your view of money?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like the thing in Nigeria is you don't know, what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't complain. So, like, me growing up in Nigeria, like, it's a third world country, so it has third world problems. So you don't have 24-hour electricity. But then it wasn't a problem. Like, I never fixed my mouth to be like, oh, that's poverty. Like, when we didn't have 24-hour electricity, we just go out and play ball till like 7 o'clock, 6:30 when they turn on the generator. But it's like, you just living your life with all these problems, but it's like you never really complain because everybody around you got the same type of problem.
Like the norm.
Exactly. Then when you come here, you start realizing that everybody has different things. You like, oh, like, he got these Jordans, he got these clothes, and I don't have this. Like, me growing up, I grew up with like these sneakers, like Airwalk, right? I don't know if you remember the Airwalk sneakers. I had one pair of Airwalk sneakers, and I beat them to the ground. So, like, I went to the Adidas store with my dad, and we threw out the sneakers there and got a new pair.
Word? You just replaced the same
same thing. So it's like if you do that, like, damn, like, those sneakers really beat. But it's like you come here and you start seeing more stuff, and you like, damn, like, sneakers. Exactly, you like, damn, I want that. So you start thinking about, oh, I gotta get money, and your brain like automatically starts thinking of ways to get money. But it's like, I would never in my life be like, oh, like, when I was growing up in Nigeria, I was struggling. Nah, it's just like third world problems. Like, if I go back today, like when I do go back, it's still no 24-hour electricity. You still gonna find other things to do. So I feel like that was really it.
So you feel like it made you more like appreciative with less?
I just say like
on some like my fault, but like, do you feel like do you think like niggas growing up there is growing up settling for less? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know that there's more out there.
They not settling for less. Because I feel like in this country, right, you see so much and you always like want more. Yeah. So, for example, right now, like when I was in Nigeria, like all the things that I wanted, I got. But right now, would I tell you that I'm still satisfied? No. Which is obviously like a great mindset, but sometimes it's like you have to stop and like just enjoy life. Yeah, because it's like
we was talking about
exactly because it's like no peak. So now, like, if I go back to Nigeria, like last time I was there was probably like December 2024, right? I go back and it's no power. We could be recording this video right now and boom, power go. I'm like, damn, like my phone, my this, my that. And like 10 years ago, if that happened, I just go out with my brother and we play ball. It's not a problem. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say enjoy the struggle, but now that you have phones, now you
take it away, it's like, damn.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like that's just what it is.
That's low key. I feel like that's a good like kind of viewpoint to look at it too, because it's like you kind of save yourself like mental health wise, like stress and everything. Because I feel like even me, like I'm always working on like trying to get to the next step, and like as you said, like you too. I feel like you want to work on getting to the next step because you don't want to be complacent and lazy, but at the same time you do need to appreciate like that every day and what you got, because it's like at one point you didn't have it.
Exactly.
At one point you didn't have it.
And you was cool.
Like,
like you was cool with not having it. It's almost like if you like you keep comparing yourself to other people and you keep comparing yourself to like things around you, and you still like you start feeling like you inadequate when that's not the situation at all. So I feel like growing up there, it just really made me like, everything was cool. Like, we was content with less. Yeah.
But kind of like, I feel like a good way to sum that up would be like, focus on your reality, not others type of shit.
It's one more thing, right? I'm gonna say this. when I was in Nigeria, every Saturday, me and my brother and my dad wake up early and we used to make sardine sandwiches. I know.
Yo, niggas be handling the sardines and like pork. That should be busting though.
Listen. We used to make sardine sandwiches. Tightest sardine. It's not an ad. I promise you. It's the red and gold sardine.
Yeah.
But we used to wake up and we get 2 each. So 2 for my brother, 2 for me, 2 for my dad, 2 for my sister, my mom, all of that, right?
Yeah.
It was valid. We used to every Friday. That's what we looking forward to.
Yeah, that's the meal that y'all gonna have.
And then I come here I listen to Biggie. Yeah. You feel me? Juicy. He talk about. It was sardines, now eating steak and lobster. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with sardines? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that summarizes everything I talked about. Now I can't remember the last time I had the sardines because I'm like, yo, yeah. I can't. But no, bro, that's just still buzz. That's just still valid. Yeah, but yeah, man, I feel like that's just really it.
Yeah. All right, our second question is, how do you feel growing up in Nigeria and then also growing up in New York impacted your personality and the values that you hold?
I feel as my personality, I'm a confident person, right? I feel as though, my dad, my grandma, God rest his soul, she taught me my confidence never came from anything specific, right? It wasn't oh, I'm a good soccer player or I could, I'm tall, I'm this, that was giving me confidence. It was never that because all those things can be taken from you. So imagine I'm a good singer, so I'm a good rapper, and that's where my confidence comes from. And then if one day I can't rap no more, I'm not confident no more. That was never it. It was just inherent. I was confident. So anywhere I am, it was never oh, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in New York. I've always been confident in terms of my personality. And then one thing a lot of people don't realize, Lagos, Nigeria, New York, Paris, France, London, they different variations of the same place. It's fast-paced life. It's a city life. Everybody is just trying to go get it. Yeah. And in terms of my values, I feel everything I do, I have a solid foundation, from God. So it was never a situation where I was just I seen something and I was too invested in it and it knocked me off. Yeah. So I feel I've been straight when it came to that. Me just coming here, it just made me see different sides. Yeah. So when we talk about poverty, bro, I'm being honest, I get it, the hood, I get everything that's going on, but end of the day, it's still a first world country. It's a limit to how low somebody can fall. Your poverty is somebody else's luxury lifestyle. Exactly. Yeah, in a third world country. And it's when you in Nigeria, everybody has struggle Olympics, who's poorer, who grew up more poor, somebody gonna tell you oh, I was so poor, I used to get my shoes from Walmart. Yeah. Niggas gonna be yo, you went to Walmart, you rich. I used to get boxes from the corner store. Y'all don't, nah. I ain't gonna lie. No, listen. I'm not even being funny. Y'all know that you can get briefs, not Ethica type, the pack, from the corner store. Yeah, if you, bro, you can really get, you feel what I'm saying, briefs from the corner store. So everybody oh, you used to go to the corner store. Me, I ain't even had legs. Everybody gonna be telling you that their situation worse than yours. Yeah. So I feel as though for me, when I was when I go to Nigeria, I feel rich. You feel me? I got my own. Not my own, my mom, my parents, we got our house. You feel what I'm saying? It's comfortable. Then you come here and you live you see how niggas live. It's damn. So it's just bro, but it motivates you. You feel what I'm saying? It's all right. So now, and I guess it's the flip side of what I was talking about before. Yeah. Now you see more, right? Yeah. You start to aspire for more. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I seen Steve Harvey talk about this. He said fly first class one time. Then when you fly first class and you get in there and you see the comfort, you don't want to do nothing else. You don't want to do nothing more, and then your brain start coming up with ways for you to remain in first class. Me personally, I traveled a lot, but I never been on first class, and I understand exactly what he talking about. So it's when you come here, I'm not gonna say your values kind of change, but it's what you knew as the peak, it kind of gets a little higher. Damn, I thought that this was the peak, but then you see it's all the way up there, all the way up there. So I feel that's really what it is. Nah, it's funny. I want to say two things. The first thing, some group called RDC. Yeah, the niggas that make the videos and shit. Yeah, the basketball. Yeah. He always be saying something about LeBron. Yo, those videos be having me crying.
But one thing I seen that he said it was some real nigga shit. He said like, bro, like, niggas, first of all, niggas didn't always have this bread. And like, you know what I'm saying? When they started, they didn't really know where the bread was coming from. Yeah. And I think he said some shit like, I got a crib. And let's say like, I don't know if it was a crib or apartment, and like for me, and he only had enough for like the first down payment on the mortgage is at the dirt, but whatever it was, he said like, basically he didn't know how he's gonna pay for his next paycheck for the crib. Yeah. But he did it because he said, I bet I'm here in this position now. There's no backing out. So he's kind of like,
I can't
no
leave.
Plan B.
I got a facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then the second thing I want to say is like, it's funny how kind of like you started in Nigeria and then you moved to New York, and I feel like I was raised in New York, but like for me, I'm still from like immigrant household, you know what I'm saying? My mom's from Dominica. Yeah. And I remember when I used to go back to like Dominica and shit, I used to we never used to stay in a hotel or nothing. Like we stay on village side for me. I'm with my grandparents. Yeah. And bro, niggas didn't have like no Wi-Fi. Niggas didn't have no cable. Yep. And sometimes I used to go there, be tight thinking like, damn, like I used to be like a heavy Nintendo nigga. Exactly. And I used to be like, damn, bro, when I go there, I know I'm not gonna be able to play my DS, my PSP, this, that, the third. And the shit that used to blow my was the bathrooms was outside, bro. So this is like the stone setup, and for me it's just water. Mind you, like niggas don't even got like a blind to like cover, so niggas can walk past, niggas see your piece. This, that, the third.
But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, we bugging, bro. Nigga actually explain out, bro. I ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Bro.
Yo, what? Nah.
Bro, listen. Nah. It's a blow because I'm like, bro, I'm so used to having like, for me, like everything polished. Yeah. But
I ain't gonna lie, Nigeria not like that, man. We got a whole bathroom.
Where? Y'all didn't have the bathroom outside?
Bro. No, I'm playing now.
Okay,
Village, no. Village, you right. Village is right. Bro. But like,
also like the toilet. You know the toilet where they just dig the thing? Bro, I used to be scared to use the toilet because it used to be like roaches in there, bro. So our dad used to hover, bro. I promise you, right? One time I was hovering. And I missed.
Oh, nah.
My grandfather. He sat on it. He was dumb sad.
Yo, niggas gotta end this. Niggas gotta go. Yo, what?
Alright, the third question is, what are some financial misconceptions you had at a young age, and how did you learn, feel me, better going into like adulthood and shit?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like the biggest one, and I'm still getting out of it, is just like that shoebox mentality. Right, so growing up, you get money and you save it. Like you put it in a shoebox, you put it in under your bed and you save. Right, and it's that work mentality. Like I work so many jobs that's like pay hourly. I worked at like Domino's, Dollar Tree, UPS or Domino's, UPS, New Balance. You feel me? Now I work at New Balance, and it's like you like, all right, so I'm gonna save this amount of money and I'll do this and this is my paycheck. If I make 15 an hour and 5 hours, 7. That's not the way the world works. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you in this country, everything is through credit. Like, I remember those scenarios where people will ask you, you want this amount of money, you want an 800 credit score, you want this. And in my mind, when I was young, I used to be like, bro, why are you talking to me about an 800 credit score? Give me the money. But now you grow older and you realize that, like, if you had a mentality that you're going to work to get money, you're never going to outwork money itself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get to a stage where you can't physically work.
The money got to work for you.
Like, now, we young. Like, bro, it was a time somebody told me, oh, you got to work 40 hours a week. What? That's like, I'm working and I'm doing that. You like, I was 17, 18. But now it's like, damn, that's a lot. I mean, even now, I could do that. But it's like, when you think about a credit score, the whole credit system, you have a credit score. You have a high credit score. You could take money, you could take loans, and you could use that money to make more money.
To push your business,
exactly, and keep doing that. So I feel like that was like the biggest misconception. And it's like, it affected me because I just got my own, little space, like my own crib. You feel me? Like, I moved out, and it was like, I was working in New Balance right before college, and I was like doing a lot of jobs. So I was like, yo, once I graduate, because my sister did it, like, once she graduated, she got her own crib in the towns, right? And I was like, like that. That's
the movie about to be on.
That's what I'm trying to be on. And then I had this amount of money saved, and when I started applying to all these cribs, they were like, bro, like, who are you? Like, why do you think we're like? Why
we're gonna say to you just because you got the bread?
Because you got the bread. Where did you get the bread from? I don't know if y'all watched Ozark, right? The start,
money laundering and shit like
the
that.
start of Ozark literally says, "Say you get this amount of money, what would you do? You buy a house, you buy this. You can't because the IRS gonna be on your ass. So you really gotta have like
that's a great example.
So like the 9 to 5, right? Having a job, having documentation is really the hustle because it puts you in positions to make money, to put your money in stocks. Like, you know, you always talk about like high yield savings, like you do all of this, and that's like the start of like growing wealth, not just having like money
the bread itself
saved in like a shoebox. I feel like that's like the biggest misconception that I had like growing up.
I feel like you hit on a good point, and I think that all stems down from like understanding money, and like another like kind of go on another tangent. I feel like how that kind of relates is you like you said, it's not about just like knowing how to make the money. It's about knowing how it works. And what I be thinking about is you think about all of these ball players, this, that, the third, you know what I'm saying, or like athletes in general. Who basically they go from being, because a lot of these niggas is coming from the hood like us, you know what I'm saying? They got like the same type story, so they're going from being pop to being a millionaire overnight. From me having hundreds of thousands, and like niggas will be like even some niggas that watch me, they will be like, oh, like for me, you don't know this, that, the third about money. How you know all of this shit about money, but you still in the hood? But I'll be trying to tell niggas that like understanding money and having money is two different things. I feel like understanding money is gonna help you make money, but at the end of the day, money makes money.
Facts.
And like I feel like back to the example, but like the athletes and shit, like for me, they be having a big bag early, but that should be getting fumbled because they don't really be knowing how to spend that shit. And I'm not saying you can't spend and enjoy your money, but like look at how Shaq handles his bag. You know what I'm saying, bro? I used to see that nigga go like on ads and shit. It'd be like Papa John's,
everything.
The general thing. You remember to go to the general and say some whatever this, that, the third. I'm like, bro, don't this nigga play ball? This tall fat nigga, whatever the fuck, right? And I'm like, yo, why is this nigga always like on the screen doing something other than ball? But he really like handled his bread well because he invested it. I heard, I don't know if this number is true, so for me, don't quote me on this, but like it was saying something like he only used 10% of like the bread that he made to live off of it, and then invested the rest.
A lot of people doing that, man. I see some shit with Jason Tatum where like he never really touched his contract when he get all he used. Obviously, this could just be like that's not my means. I don't really know about it. But he only used the money that he gets from endorsements like Nike and like all these ads. But it's like you really gotta have that mentality of like, you know, putting your money in places that's going to multiply the money. I feel like that's what, and we catching on early. We still young, like high yield savings, you know, you talk about stocks. I know the stock situation look crazy right now. But it's like eventually just building that habit of like putting your money
somewhere. Don't even gotta be stocks necessarily. Maybe you might do real estate.
Real estate, you know what I'm saying. But man.
Alright, the fourth question is, what have you learned since post-graduation going into your corporate job, specifically where you work at?
I feel as though like going into, first off, working post-grad is so different, right? I feel like that's the first time in your life where you working to survive, right? Like growing up, everything that you want to do, like you have a dining hall, you know, you get food, like you get scholarships, financial aid, like you like we lived in dorms, you know, people take out loans, all of that, right? But me specifically, like I moved out the crib. I work to eat. You know what I'm saying? So when I go to my job, I'm not just bullshitting. Like you could be in class, it's on me. Like you could be in class at a bag, you could be on your phone, and you know that everything gonna be taken care of. But at work, you gotta lock in, you gotta structure up because you working to survive, right? And I feel like this is the most important thing I say on this podcast. A lot of people our age are not confident in workspaces. When you go to a job, you gotta realize like these jobs want you because we the future of the company. They literally spend so much money going to campuses to recruit. They have job fairs, they have all of that because they looking for the leaders of the market. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So when you walk into a company, right, you can't be on some Sherm shit talking about some not real shit. Like you can't be on some Sherm shit talking about some oh how you know I just got here, I'm still trying to learn my way. No, because you
about to create your own way.
You gotta create your own way. And the craziest thing is every time, right, in your life, up until working at corporate, everybody just moves up.
Yeah.
You a freshman, next thing you a sophomore, then you a junior, senior.
Now you
even if people get held back, nobody get like you get held back. Let's say a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Everybody's still around the same age group.
Yeah.
When you work in corporate, bro, you 22 years old.
Yeah.
You could be in that same position for 15 years.
Yeah.
And also, somebody could rise up to the top in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Bro, so me, bro, the thing I learned is I'll be damned if I let somebody take food off my plate. Like, when I'm working, I walk in there like, yo, my name's AJ. I went to Boston College. I studied econ. You know, I'm a salesperson. This is what I do. Come by my... And I don't care how old you are. Obviously, I'm not saying this...
Not to go with respect, but like...
Yeah, because I respect anybody. I respect the person that's top of the company. I respect the lady in the street, the man in the street. I respect everybody. That's like an important lesson of humility. But you got to have the confidence in just working. That's the one thing I learned. And people is literally trying to take your job.
Yeah.
People is literally trying to be where you are. Like, you getting paid to work. Yeah. It's people that it's not like this is a big brother. Obviously you have mentors and shit like that. But when you work, you gotta realize like, yo, you on your own and you gotta put food on your plate.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest thing that I learned so far. And then other than that, I just say like, you can't like, don't be a slave to money. Yeah. Right? Like, we still 22, 23, whatever age. Like, don't ever be a slave to money, because if they see in your eyes that money can control you,
make you do anything.
They're going to use money to control you. Yeah. And now...
You want a bonus? Do this.
And now, this is the hardest lesson that anybody will learn, right? Especially people who don't come from money. You might think I'm chatting. And you could be right. It might be one of those lessons that you have to be there and learn yourself. Yeah. When you look at some of these contracts on like, some of these job descriptions on like LinkedIn.
Yeah, salaries and this other thing.
You see the salary, you see the sign-up bonus, you like, damn, like, bro, I ain't never seen 10 bands in my life. I ain't never seen 5 bands in my life. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, sometimes you gotta take less money. And you're like, oh, nah, this nigga is chatting, I need mine. Yeah. All right, but when you get in that place and you work until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, you don't got time to do anything else. You don't got time to spend with your family, with your folks, like, none of that. You realize that, damn, like, I'm making this control me. You can't,
your soul type.
And you can't even spend the money that you're making. So it's just like that's the biggest thing for me.
I feel that that's real nigga shit, because like for me, I feel like that goes in, especially like since COVID happened, niggas have been realizing the importance of like work-life balance. Kind of like it was like in our generation, it's more of it's kind of more known to not sell yourself to a company like whatever. I think like to emphasize one of your points, like, whatever you doing for the company, right? They paying you. Yeah. They're paying you because it's worth it. If you're not making them bread, they will never pay you, and they have to. It's margin. So it's like, if I'm doing something, let's say you're getting paid like a $70K salary. Yeah. I'm jacking that at least 1.5 to, like, for me, you making double that for the company. You know what I'm saying? Or else like, it's just not gonna make sense. I can't pay somebody $80K. And they making me $20K. You fired, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why they be having the they be letting go like niggas for other reasons, just like for cutting efficiency. But like for me, same way they cut efficiency, they're like, I bet we need to make a way to make like more money in our hands. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Kind of like, I think it's also kind of goes back to like what you're saying about like confidence, and how like your confidence, despite like for me your job title, like at the end of the day, you're AJ, you know what I'm saying? You're not AJ who work here, feel me? This, that, the third. You're AJ, so it's like, you're not about to assign me a value. I give myself my own value. Thanks. So I fuck with that, I bet. So our last question is not even a question, feel me? I just wanted to open up the floor. Do you have anything you want to talk about that relates to socioeconomics, and if so, what?
I definitely talk about just like going to college, right? I feel like obviously I'm gonna do, if you go to college, if you don't go to college, right?
Yeah, because you're not the only way.
If you go to college, you have like an insane opportunity. Like, you blessed to go to college. That's a great thing. When you in college, lock in. That's all I'm gonna say. You really gotta lock in. A lot of people don't realize, when you talk about like NBA players, NFL players, like they get a lot of money when they sign. Like, you 19, 20, you making life-changing money, and you have the opportunity to change your family history. That's what a lot of people talk about. When you go to college and you get a regular job, right? when we talk about getting a regular job and you come out of college making like 80K, 90K, 100K, your trajectory is the same way that you could change your family history. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like when you dead, you 19 and you have the opportunity to change your family history. Lock in. I'm not saying don't have fun in college. Like, you feel me? Like, like, feel what I'm saying? You can have your fun, you can do, but don't ever let the main thing not be the main thing.
Yeah, don't lose the plot.
Don't lose the plot ever. So anytime you need a reality check, you be like, hold up, like, all right, I'm bugging. Like, I can't forget the mission. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people have, like, some people, they the first person in their family generation go to college. So they don't even understand, like, what they got. But I'm saying, like, you really got to lock in, because that path for you, you realize that you're going to get a job. And let's be honest, I know it's some, like, skilled jobs in terms of just, like, you know, being a doctor, being a lawyer. But it's some jobs that you get where you, like, you not really doing that much to be earning how much you earning. And people can get to those positions just by getting a degree.
Yeah.
So you got to lock in. And the other thing I say, though, right, in terms of what we doing right now, imagine you trying to work on your craft. Don't half-ass what you're doing, because you can't pretend. Everything's on video. We can see it. So, for example, like, if you got your mans who's doing something and you like, oh, he don't support me, he don't repost my shit, he don't do this, you got to ask yourself, you be like, am I growing? Am I actually locking in? I got my one man's, right? My man's MG, bro. Shout out my man's MG. He got a clothing brand. Roman God. Bro, if I'm trying to go out to a function, right? I could put my designer on, I could put my Pradas on, this and that. I'm trying to put the shirt, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put his brand on, because I feel like he done worked to
the point where it's like I'm proud to
wear it, bro. That shit fly. Like, my other man's Charmer, like, they got some shit on, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's valid. Like, I'm really messing with that Chalmers shirt, that the pants, whatever.
Oh, that's the Jamaican one.
Exactly. Okay. And then if you deceive yourself and tell yourself, like, oh nah, like, he's just my man's, I'm gonna put him on, you start looking goofy. If I tell you, yo, bro, this is my man's brand, my man's KB, he cook. If we got a function and I need a caterer to handle the whole situation, that, bro, that's the first nigga I'm gonna call, because I know that his food valid. He worked. But imagine his shit was ass, and I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to put my man's on, I support da. And I get there and it's ass. I'm not gonna tell him, because I'm gonna be like, damn, that's my man's. You gonna be like, damn, AJ, we eating this shit is fucking ass.
And then he don't want to buy it again.
Exactly. And now the next time we doing this, you not gonna ask, because you be like, yo, he about to be on some dumb shit. And for me, bro, I love all my niggas, they know, but I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm at the stage in my life where I'm trying to be somebody that somebody asks for if they want a put on.
Refer.
Like, I want to have that title, like, oh, yo, you need somebody that know food, or ask AJ. Or you need somebody that had clothes, like, ask AJ. And if I tell my mans, like, oh, bro, I'm not supporting, oh, yeah, AJ out of pocket, AJ Darum, like, why he doing that? No, we 22, 23, it's livelihood right now. People is trying to work to get money. You can't be bullshitting. If you make music, right, you got to lock in. I know my one man's finesse, bro. I be, you know, doing laundry, I be in the V, I play his shit is valid. My man's gonna be like, yo, finesse, like, who that? I'm like, that's my man's. If it was ass, I'm like, oh, damn, I don't know. So that's what I got, man. You really gotta lock in, and you can't bullshit yourself, because the work gonna speak for itself. You feel what I'm saying? That's it, man.
I fuck with that. I feel like right, it's kind of, you, like, I think the one point to, like, zoom in on is, like, you have the power to change, like, the destiny of your family. And, like, I think, like, niggas might be like, all right, but how did all this shit this nigga talk about relate to socioeconomics? I think you gotta think about it in terms of, like, generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? And, like, also, like, building a network and your resources. Like, for me, the shit we saying, where, like, say, like, I want to be in a position where I can refer my shit to other niggas. That's a network. And I feel like
networking facts.
Niggas be struggling. I feel like niggas think about networking only in terms of, like, a LinkedIn connection number, bro. I feel like I should get deeper than that, because, like, but real shit, like, myself personally, like, I'm not saying not to use LinkedIn, but I'm just saying, like, bro, like, when I think of an issue or I think of a problem, I'll be thinking, like, who is a nigga I know in my life that I can ask, or, like, even, like, because, you know what's funny, Abdul's like, answer to this last question was essentially the same thing. He was basically saying, like, for me, not with the focus on college, but just saying, like, as a community, like, black people, like, for me, pool our resources together. But it's like, but kind of like, he was emphasizing the point, like, you're not gonna be a viable resource if you're not taking your shit seriously. So it's like, for me, same way you depending on somebody else. For me, you gotta make sure that you're capable enough so somebody can depend on you, and that's how like for me, it's a cycle. Cause it's like I bet. For me, your man, what was your man that made the food? KB.
That's my man's, man. Shout out KB, man.
Shout out KB.
That's my man's.
If I want eats, for me, and I know
grill.
for me.
Yup.
For me.
Boom Grill. Listen.
Boom Grill.
Yup.
Right.
Yup.
If I want eats. Now I know AJ's not gonna tell me no bullshit, and I'll be like, I bet I'm gonna go to KB and get some eats.
Yeah.
Vice versa, feel me? That now that's bread in his pocket, and then it's like, I bet now he got something where it's like, I bet AJ doing this for me. Now I can refer another nigga to pay him, so it's like a cycle of money flowing. So it's like, I feel like in conclusion to what you're saying, for me, not to like try to reframe what you're saying, but like kind of keep like get together as a community, make our community strong, and keep money within our community. I feel like would that be kind of like a good summary to?
Yeah.
Alright, man. Yeah. I bet. So feel me, niggas just want to say good looks for coming on to the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully y'all see more buzzing. Feel me, we're gonna do more visits, some shit like that. Maybe like another episode.
Nah, for sure.
But feel me, just want to say good looks to my son AJ. Also, make sure to fuck with him on TikTok. For me, as I said, he's everything sports. And he got a podcast himself. For me, it's called the Turnover Podcast.
Turnover Podcast on TikTok. I'm going to tag that shit at the Turnover Podcast. It's been a pleasure to be here. My man's Dill, he got this shit rocking, man. Like, I tell you, Dill really my man's 100 grand. Like,
100%.
When I think about this shit, like, y'all don't realize a lot of people going to see the finished product. But Dill really been doing this shit. And right now, what I got going on, what he got going on, I like the way that this is just like we two regular niggas, like we not up, but this the journey, and we documenting it, and we keep each other accountable.
Facts.
Yeah,
Invest
now, bro. Like when we up, it's gonna be like, oh, bro, this is it, bro. We in the Bronx, bro. Y'all see the background, like
y'all hear the train?
Oh, we in the Bronx right now. We shooting this shit. I put up to his hood, like we really just doing this shit, like two regular niggas, nobody up. We really doing this, and I feel like this is the groundwork. You know, the foundation solid. You feel me? I want to shout out to every, you feel me, my man's MG Roman God. We gonna tag that shit, my man's.
We gonna tag that.
You feel me? Chama, bro. We gonna tag that shit.
KB
Boom,
too.
KB, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I feel like right now we gotta build a community and hold each other accountable. Somebody gotta make it, man. Somebody gotta make it.
Somebody gonna make it, put the other nigga on. But
exactly.
For me, safety, we gonna get with y'all niggas. For me, love.